Morning guys, Chuyang here, and today let me show you the interior exterior walk around of the latest generation Mercedes-Benz SLC 300. No, drop the top! Drop the top! So as another SLC, what was I saying? SLC 300 latest generation Mercedes walk around. Let's get to it. Okay, so now this is, you're looking at it. You're looking at the latest SLC 300, and if this location is at all familiar to you, that means I love you because you're one of our longest running fans of In Circle series. This is like one of the very first photo shoots we did with this car. I think second photo shoot we did with this car. There was another C-Class Cabriolet we had with this car as well. Anyways, back to the car. This is the car. It shares the same front end as the Mercedes E-Class, and I think that is really the positioning that it wants to be. Right? It wants to be a very premium roadster in the Mercedes-Benz lineup. This car has the Mercedes diamond grille. You can see here from this little diamond, and then the Mercedes logo up front. Right? It has LED lights. That's the Mercedes-Benz lights, looking very sleek, still looking very modern. These are the 18-inch AMG style rims. You can see the little fin at the side for aerodynamics. That's pretty good. And yes, the profile looks really quite sleek, right? And with the convertible roof up, it really totally just looks like a coupe, and I think I really like that about this car. The duality is really refined. The duality of this car and its usage is very refined. That's the best thing that I appreciate about this car. Okay, moving on to the back, you get dual exhausts, and then it's in chrome as well. So moving on to the other side, this is all outfitted with the AMG body kit. Now let me show you the interior. I think the interior is a really highlight of this car. I love the interior. I really love it. Let me open two sides just because better what do you call it? Better light coming in as well. So this is the interior of the SLC 300. You can see that this is leather and there is red contrast stitching. Right, I think the red contrast stitching here, as well as on the seats, as well as on the seat belts, it adds a very nice contrast, first of all, with the seats, and it pairs very nicely with all the dials and all the colors of the meter cluster up front. You can see even on the side of the door, it is in that contrast stitching with a little bit of carbon fiber. But carbon fiber is normally black. I don't know what material this is. It looks like carbon fiber, just white. Right? Door bins here, not much space to speak of, but I like that they use leather in leather here on this part, so that space is a little bit easier to fit stuff in, and the leather with the offered resistance will keep it there. And I think that's a very nice touch. Okay, let's close the other side of the door and operate the convertible roof. Okay, I'm gonna drop the top now. And drop the top. There's flies in my car, oh no. Okay, it is not keyless operation. You still get that traditional, a little bit of that traditional sports car, but you have to operate it with that. Okay, in the center console, it is in that carbon fiber-ish material as well. I think it looks good. I think it looks good, but I'm not entirely convinced yet. Yeah. Okay. So red seat belts look fantastic. I really like that. Paired with the instrument cluster, as you can see, it's red And yeah, how you operate the convertible system is from here. It feels like a little launch button. You open up and then you press something, and then like your car does some crazy feature. It feels like that. I like it. Okay, so that's the convertible roof operation. Okay, and that's the hardtop convertible done. Okay, so it operates a little bit slower, but that's a necessity because of the added weight of this hardtop convertible mechanism, and it really adds to the noise isolation from inside the car versus outside the car when the roof is on. So I think that's something that really some people can really appreciate, right? Unlike soft tops where you kind of have to worry like, oh shit, what if people chuchuk my car? And oh shit, what if people like when it's raining and stuff, it starts leaking and stuff. It does happen because of the rubber ma. That's because of the rubber and not really of the convertible roof operation. Yeah. Okay, so that's that. Anything else about this car? This has air scarf. If you notice that there's some vents here, this has air scarf. I wouldn't know what you would use air scarf for, but it has air scarf. Infotainment system has Android Auto as well as iPhone, what do you call it, Apple Connect? Yeah, it has that as well. No, Apple CarPlay. Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. Yes, that's it. Yeah, that's that. Okay, so drive modes, you get 5 drive modes. You get Comfort, you get Sport, Sport Plus, Individual and Eco mode. And yes, I think that's all for the inside. Multifunction steering wheel, wrapped in leather. You get this fancy aircon vents that is similar style, aligned across Mercedes lineup. And something here to put your, I don't know what you put this, man. Coins, I guess. Yeah, it's not a very deep interior, it's a functioning interior, and at this point in 2020 it kind of can feel a little bit dated, but you buy this car for the style, for the front of the car that looks like a E-Class Mercedes, and for the convertible roof operation Duality. The cabin does feel a little bit dated. I'm not gonna lie, it does feel a little bit dated, but at least Android Auto and Apple CarPlay still work. So for me, that's the necessity, right? Android Auto, at least Bluetooth, and I don't use iPhone, so that's not really a problem for me. But yeah, on the hand gear here, you get the SLC embossed in the leather. This is a little bit small, it feels a little bit small, but unlike the Audi TTS, where when you wanted to access the sports mode button, basically I have to go here, and because of the Audi hand gear is like slightly bigger, I kind of like bump into it at times if I'm not careful, and I don't really like that. I really hate that. Scratch it. I really hate that. It's like, fuck, what if I want sports mode and then I push it and then it becomes neutral? Then how? Then I die low? Then how? I don't like it. Drop the top! Just another drop the top! Okay. Yeah. This one, you won't get that, as I was saying. You won't get that with operating the dynamic select sound system. Okay. Push this up. This is the space you get. Oh, really reasonable space that you get in the boot. And then you have 2 USBs there to connect to your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Okay, there's some bin here. I don't think you can put anything here except for like small stuff. And it's quite hidden as well, so you can easily hide stuff there. That's it for the interior. Let me show you the behind, the boot space. Okay, so the convertible roof is stored here, and that's why there was this compartment here, so that it limits you putting stuff and then interfering with the convertible roof operation. So that means if you have any luggage inside that you want to take out or put it in, you have to make sure the convertible roof is up. Other than that, it is a reasonable boot space for a sports car. You can easily fit one large piece of luggage in there maybe 2 medium-sized if you're lucky, I guess. But 1 large is for sure okay. I've tried it before. Alright, so let's take a final look at the car and in its form, in its convertible form, with all the cars zooming past in the background. Oh, 86. Nice. Alright, so this is how it looks like in convertible form. Nice, very nice. Let me wind down the window so you can see that better. And yes, there he is. There you go. Handsome, sleek. Handsome but on the pretty side. Or is this car pretty but on the handsome side? Anyway, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this exterior interior walk around and a little bit showcase of the SLC 300 Mercedes-Benz latest generation. Hope you enjoyed this, and yes, if you found value in this, please just help a man out, like, share and subscribe. Maybe you can comment something down below, let me know your thoughts. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Cheers.